All right, the event is 10 to 3.
We double checked.
We double checked
yes,
this
everything's
Saturday.
on the website for you. So anyway, 10 to 3. But after being cooped up for more than 2 years, many of us are itching to get out there and explore the world.
With travel-related expenses soaring, we are spending much more than usual on our trips. That's why we're so happy to be joined by Trey Baj, smart shopping expert at TrueTrey.com.
Yeah, she's here to help us manage our spending expectations and, of course, show us how to save some money. Hi, Trey.
Hi, you guys. How you doing?
We're excellent. How are you? Gosh, the price of
I'm
airline,
very well, thanks.
the price of airline tickets is just unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the prices are up everywhere. According to a recent survey from Bread Financial, it's their spring and summer spend study, 50% of us are planning to spend more on foreign and domestic travel than we did last year. And that kind of bleeds into other things like concerts, sporting events, outdoor activities. So spending is way, way up on travel across the board.
Yeah, like the price of fuel for the airlines is just unbelievable too. I mean,
yeah, the airline tickets, I mean, I guess we keep saying that if you really do have to fly, don't wait. They're not going down. They seem to be going up. But you say we should caution against taking that big trip, even though I would say we deserve it. It's time to go. Revenge travel.
We do deserve it, right? We've been cooped up for 2 years and we are so excited to get out there. And my concern is that enthusiasm to get out there is going to cause us to overspend. And so I would suggest dial it back a little bit. Don't take that big cruise to Iceland or something big and, you know, that Alaska trip that you've been wanting to take. Just dial it back a little bit. You know, my family and I wanted to go to Portugal this year because we were supposed to do that before the pandemic, but we did a road trip through the Low Country and visited Savannah and Charleston, and we spent a fraction of what we would have spent in Portugal, and we had a fabulous, fabulous time. So I would definitely suggest just dialing it back a little bit and take that big trip later when prices come down a bit.
Yeah, my mother was always a big proponent of see America first. Get out there and check out what we've got here before you have to take an international flight. So that's good advice.
Yeah, and you like, this has opened up a lot of options, especially for families. You really do like Airbnbs and VRBOs instead of hotels.
I do. And I think that Airbnbs and VRBOs offer a lot of flexibility, more flexibility than a hotel, because you can cook all your meals there. There's often free parking. So it's a way to save money and also have a really cool local feel to your trip too, because those homes are right in the mix. And so you can really enjoy yourself and not have that kind of stale-ish feeling that sometimes hotels can give. So I'm a big fan of going that route, and also really good for group trips too, because you can all pitch in, you can pitch in on the cooking. And so I think it's a really fun way to have a vacation that's less expensive than hotels.
Yeah, it's a really great way, because I know we did an Airbnb when we went to the Outer Banks, and we were all able to share in the cooking. You're able to cook on site. You can save money that way. You don't have to go out to a restaurant every single night. So that's another great way to save as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, also when you're planning your trip, you want to make sure that you're looking for every way to save possible. And so I really recommend travel aggregators like Hopper. I like this app because you can actually freeze a price where you want it to be and sort of claim that price when it becomes available. Look at Expedia, Orbitz, look for deals there. Then also look for at your credit cards. A lot of credit cards have exclusive offers just for their members. And then also, speaking of credit cards, make sure that you're using a credit card that gives you benefits when you book that travel. And if you don't have one that does, I'd recommend the Bread Financial American Express, who I work with. It's 2% cash back on all purchases across the board.
Wow, that's good.
And so that will really add up, especially if you're booking a big trip on that credit card.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So the new American Express from Bread Financial. Mm-hmm. So if you're struggling financially, then you have to be careful. I guess we're not supposed to go into debt for fun.
That's correct. And so again, if you're looking at taking that big trip and then you're looking at a lot of credit card debt, I would really suggest being honest with yourself about what you can afford to spend right now. And if you are saddled with a lot of credit card debt, I would talk about consolidation of that debt. There's a really cool tool called Tally, which is a popular debt payoff app. And what they do is they offer a lower interest line of credit. And with inflation, this is a big deal because debt is becoming very expensive. It reduces your monthly payment. You can pay off about twice as fast. And then it will free up some money every month for you to maybe save towards that next trip. I know it doesn't sound as fun as going to Disney right now, but this is a really conservative way to dial back your finances a little bit and save for that trip when you're ready.
Do you have any tips also on rental cars? Because I know driving can be a better option, but let's say you're going to fly, maybe you're going to go fly and then drive from there or something, see things. The rental cars are crazy right now.
They are. And so that's why actually my family and I went on this low country road trip from our house. We took our car, but if you are arriving at a destination, then you are renting a car, I would use those trip aggregators that I mentioned, like Expedia and Orbitz in particular. And often you can save a lot when you bundle in your trip. So if you, for instance, have a flight and then you add the car and then you add the hotel all at the same time, you can often save quite a bit just by doing that. So that's the way I would look for rental cars. Then I would also say, because gas is so expensive right now, but what you might notice when you're using your direction apps like Google Maps rather, Waze, AAA, they all will seek out gas prices for you. So before you just pull into the first gas station that you see, make sure that you're finding the one that has the lowest price. And then again, about credit cards, use the credit card that will give you some cash back on that gas purchase. That will really add up as you're making all these expenditures throughout your trip.
In about 30 seconds, Trey, any places you recommend going?
Yeah, I mean, I am a huge fan of the road trip. I have to say, like going down through Savannah and Charleston. From here, you guys are in Connecticut, I'm in New Jersey. This is a totally doable road trip. My husband also and I went to Manchester, Vermont, just this past weekend, and we did an Airbnb and we cooked at the house. It was a delightful trip, so much shopping and hiking. So, for your folks in the Connecticut area, those are two locations that I would recommend.
Terrific. Well, thank you, Trey. We always appreciate your advice.
My pleasure. Great to see you.
Great to see you as well.
You can go to truetrade.com and find more tips. Thanks, Trey.